Alrighty then. All right, let's go.
Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Can we get a little more volume on David's voice, Randy?
Checking 1, 2.
There you go.
There we go.
There, now
Sorry
we can
about
hear
that.
you.
I was screaming as loud as I could. But
I
don't
know,
wanna-
we couldn't hear you. We wanted to hear
Okay.
that beautiful voice. So I am doing so much better. The last time I did this, I woke up at 10:07. And I think you guys could probably tell because I was wearing a hat because my hair looked really bad. I'm happy to say I woke up way, way earlier than that this morning. Welcome to everybody, including our Birch community, and for everybody who's going to watch it now or watch it later. Hope you watch it. We had a drum circle on Friday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able, but I heard it went great. If any of you can come, if you've never been to a drum circle, they're amazing. Please check it out. We have 2 open board seats, and we would love it to know if you're interested. We do have a nominating committee, so if you are interested, please see Darlene. We have just a form you can fill out, and then it'll be given to the nominating committee, and the nominating committee will then make recommendations to the board. So I highly encourage you, if you're interested, please let us know. Next one. Oh, we're here already. So if you will join me in our vision and mission statement. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Reverend Rob is taking notes.
I know who
Reverend Rob always brings the latest and greatest, so he's just doing those final notes. Right, Reverend Rob?
Because when I was doing the meditation, I'm going to be talking again next month, and I just had this word come to me that I had to write down along with all the other things, because we have no roadies today. What's with that? Anyway, join me in our opening treatment. No, she my roadie. She not y'all roadies. Leave your hat on. Join me again. Let's try this again. Join me in consciousness. I know we really are already joined in consciousness because underneath everything there is just that one consciousness that we all make use of. So let's slow down and do it intentionally, knowing that there is one great intelligent mind. There is one mind that thought up all that is. And then there is that creative law that makes everything happen, that keeps everything in alignment, keeps the planet circling, keeps the earth turning, makes the seasons happen. There is only one thing happening here, and that is life unfolding. And on our planet, it unfolds in this unique way through each of us as individuals, but yet we are all still part of that great whole of all that is. And so we know this consciously. And right now, we are open to the wisdom of Reverend Nancy, to this wonderful music from the band and David Joyce, to the fellowship afterwards, to the community that we are, because we really are inclusive and loving and authentic. And we're so grateful to be here, so happy for this building and this teaching and all of our teachers, all of our ministers, all of the centers around the world, and everyone who is involved in making the world a place that works for all. So from this place of gratitude and appreciation, we release this word to the law, and the law says yes, and it reflects it back to us as our experience when we say, and so it is.
You know this song? We go, one life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life loving as you and me, one life living as you and me, one life living as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Shining from the inside out, I'm so happy. I just wanna shout, woo! One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one life living as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, love is living as you and me, one life living as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm so shining from the inside out, I'm so happy. I just wanna shout, woo! One love loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one love loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, God is all there is. One love, this life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love. All right, all right, all right. One life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love. Woo! We're all shining from the inside out. We're so happy. I just wanna shout, woo! I'm so loving as you and me, one life loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, God is all there is. One love loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, one love loving as you and me, God is all there is. Woo!
Okay, well, unfortunately, Cindy wasn't feeling very well today, so thankfully we have Deborah and Ron who are going to be with the Cosmic Kids today. So if you want to wave your hand there, Deborah, and let them know where you are so the kids can join Deborah and Ron. There you go. Ooh, she's sparkly. Love it. Oh, it's her birthday. 5. That's a big one. Thank you, Deborah and Ron, for doing that. That's so wonderful of you. I think, Rob, you're next up. Reverend Rob? I think you are, right? Yeah.
Now let's go back to the affirmation. You could have done the affirmation. Cool. So this is a really short one. I think that we can all just say this together. What do you think? Yeah, okay. I live in the divine nature of love. So my reading today is from the Science of Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes. We are all immersed in the atmosphere of our own thinking, which is the direct result of everything that we have ever said, thought, or done. It's like what I said in my talk last week. This atmosphere decides what is to take place in our lives. Thought attracts what it is like itself and repels what is unlike. We are drawn toward those things which we mentally image. Most of the inner processes of our thought have been unconscious, but when we understand the law, we learn to consciously embody what we wish and think of this only, and then we are drawn silently towards it. The emphasis on true mental healing is insistently on the divine, the one mind, the one soul, the one being, ever present and ever available, and on our ability and right to make ourselves receptive to this healing presence. A realization of the essential divinity of our own nature and the truth that no evil can live in this presence. We must unify ourselves with the great whole, the one who dares to fling their thought out into the universal intelligence with the assurance of one who realizes their divine nature and realization of the universe and dares to claim all that there is, will find an ever-creative good at hand to aid them. The law will honor their request. The soul that knows its own divinity, all else must gravitate. Let us, then, enlarge our thought processes and dare to think in universal terms. Let us dare to believe that every constructive word is invincible.
Good morning, everybody. So good to be with you. Feels like it's been too long, and I'm really glad to be here and with the band and getting to create music and hopefully bring some thought and inspiration to this morning. I wrote a song some years ago called "Are You Listening?" And that sometimes can seem kind of accusatory. Are you listening? Are you listening? And I think it's this is more about when the Spirit is calling us. Are we listening? Am I listening? And it also comes up in relationships too. There's times I have a situation right now where I'm getting to talk to someone close to me and really learn to listen and learn to speak and be present. And so from that place, I hope you'll enjoy this song. One, two, three. Words are spoken, do they fall on deaf ears? Promises broken, does no one see your tears? My heart is beating, it's keeping time with yours. What is this distance? Speak to me, my love. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Strangers talking, we're reaching across the void. Someone's knocking, I'm still feeling so alone. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? I can hear your voice, but I don't always understand. What is that you're saying? Words cannot express the touch of your hand or the silence when I'm praying. Can you hear me? Is somebody there? Speaking softly, does someone really care? listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Thank you.
So now it's time for the gap meditation, the God awareness place, where we make a conscious connection with that divine within. So we're going to go into the quiet for 3 minutes, and then when we're done, then David will play us out.
Satyam Shivam Sundaram Satyam Shivam Sundaram Satyam Shivam Sundaram Satyam Shivam
So we have several times available for meditation with a group. We have it here on Sunday mornings before service, and Wednesdays have moved to Mondays, so we have it on Monday evening and then on Thursday evening.
This is a song that I wrote some years back when I realized, gosh, maybe I have something to offer. And it's a kind of a question for all of us. How can we be of service and be part of all that is in service? Our hands and feet, our voices, our thoughts, our gifts. I've always felt that there's so much more that I could give before fair chances fade and time slips away. Lord, could it be me? Could someone like me heal a broken heart? Could someone like me make a brand new start? If someone like you could help someone like me to give just a little more. Commitment begins where convenience ends. It isn't easy to follow through when the rent is due and a friend's in need. Well, someone like you could open up your heart, and someone like you could play your part. If someone like you could help someone like me to reach a little higher, look a little deeper, give a whole lot more. Well, someone like me could open up my heart, and someone like me could make a brand new start. If someone like you could help someone like me to give just a little more. If someone like me could try to understand, and someone like me could lend a helping hand. If someone like you could help someone like me to give just a little more. Could it be someone like me? Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Nancy Fuller. I'm a staff minister here at CSL Simi Valley. And this is what I want to say to you right off the top. Aloha. Can I hear it back? Aloha. Thank you. So that gives you a clue, right, where I've been for 2 weeks when I wasn't here. So yes, 2 weeks ago, we left for Hawaii. I had been planning this trip for literally years. I hadn't been for 19 years. Michelle had never been, and it was a lifelong dream of hers to go. We were going to go right after the pandemic, but it was so expensive. It was thousands of dollars for a rental car. You know, it just got put on hold. And then about 6 months ago, we saw there was a Hawaiian cruise. You could fly to Honolulu, which is really pretty cheap. We got like round trip for both of us for $500. And get on a cruise ship and cruise out of Oahu, Honolulu, to Maui for 2 days, to Big Island, Hilo, Kona, and then to Kauai for 2 days. And be back in a week and do it all, right? So I was like, we're doing this. And so that's what we did. So, thank you. So what I loved about Aloha, now I have been to Hawaii like 8 times before this, but not for 19 years. So, you know, I knew it meant hello and goodbye and that everybody uses it, and it also could mean love. But they started talking. I heard a lot about Hawaiian culture this time that I never heard before, from people on the ship, the people out on the tours. And alo means presence, your face, forward facing. So it's your presence, the face of all you are. And the ha is the breath of life, is the actual experience of oneness. That as I say aloha, you breathe in me, and you say aloha back, I am breathing in you. So we are connected. We are one. There is no separation. I thought that was so magical and beautiful. And why didn't I know this, 20 years ago? But I guess right now I was supposed to learn it and come back and say aloha. And I realized, even listening sometimes to Michelle, when she was just breathing at night, she would say, that is the literal breath of life that we can't go without for even 3 minutes. So that was such a beautiful thing. So like I said, we had been planning this trip. Before I ever left home, I was looking at snorkeling and whale watching, because the reason I was going there was to be in nature, to be especially in the ocean. I wanted to see the humpback whales, I wanted to see the sea turtles, I wanted to see the dolphins, all of that. And so I went online, because those excursions off the ship are very expensive, and I found one online, and I paid for it, and we were going, and it was a snorkeling trip out of Maui to the most beautiful, I've been there years ago, Molokini site to snorkel. And so we get to the Friday before we're leaving on Saturday, the 7th, and I look at the weather for Hawaii, and it shows torrential rain and wind. Torrential, like they haven't had in a long time. And that if I was to get a refund, I would have to notify them within 48 hours of Monday morning. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, well, let me just call them. It was Friday the 6th, and they said, oh, those forecasts, they always say it's gonna rain in Hawaii. We go out We always go out. I'm like, okay. They said, well, you know, if by some chance we didn't, we would refund your money. Okay. So we get up early the next morning, 3 a.m., Saturday. We get to LAX. Everything's beautiful. We get on the plane. We're going, we are winning. We even got a seat between us that no one sat in. Come on. On Southwest, really? It was amazing. So we flew. We thought, oh, they're going to have a shuttle pick us up. How are we going to know who's supposed to take us and where we're supposed to go, right? That's always, when you're traveling, kind of an unknown. We like to know things, don't we? And so we get to baggage claim, and there was a woman going, Nancy Fuller. And I'm like, whoa, yes? She goes, oh, I saw your name on your luggage tag, you know, and I'm here to pick you up and take you to the cruise ship. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing, really. So we got on that shuttle, and almost like a limousine took us to the cruise ship. We get on the cruise ship. We haven't eaten, right, for over 12 hours because, you know, Southwest doesn't feed you. And our little snacks didn't last long. So we got on the cruise ship, and we got to that buffet, if any of you have been on a cruise ship, and we got a really nice meal. And it was raining in Honolulu. And the next morning, I woke up in Maui with a torrential downpour. Torrential. But I'm still thinking, okay, but it's tomorrow, right? And tomorrow the weather will be better. So I think it was about 10 o'clock that morning. Here comes the text message across my phone. We are so sorry. Mahalo, which is sorry in Hawaiian. We are canceling your snorkeling trip tomorrow. So what I want to tell you is that, you know, we always go with these great expectations of these, you know, trips. And we've planned, and we've paid, and we've done everything. And then this happens, right? And do we let it deter us, or do we let it, you know, move us forward? So we did have a pity party for a minute. I did. And I was like, are we going to, because also my weather app on my phone said it's going to rain the entire week, every day, on every island. And I was just like, this can't be. I've waited 19 years. Michelle's waited all her life. We cannot just have rain, torrential rain. You couldn't even see the mountains. And if you've been to Hawaii, you know they're right there. So we were like, okay, we're still winning. We can't let this defeat us. We won't let this defeat us. I said, this is really first world problems, right? Oh, my God. You're in Hawaii. You know, you're on this beautiful ship. It's all going to work out. So right about then, we saw everybody getting off the ship. I said, where are they going in the rain? Oh, had their rain gear. They were like not letting that stop them, right? They're in Hawaii. They are not going to stay on this ship. So we heard that you can walk 5 or 10 minutes down the road to a mall. And that's what we did. We walked, and it wasn't raining that hard, and we had a little rain jacket. And, you know, I forgot, because I haven't been at Tourist Island in a long time, that as soon as you get off that ship, they're there. They're looking at you. You want to go on a tour? What do you want to do? How much do you want to pay? And I was like, what? It's raining. Oh, we don't care. We go in the rain, you know. And so we were like, no, we're not going to do this. And it was Super Bowl Sunday. So Michelle's like, we'll just come back to the ship after we do a little shopping, and they're going to have a big Super Bowl party, and that's what we'll do. That sounded good. Next thing we know, there's a tour guide saying, I have 2 people from your ship in my beautiful black brand new Suburban who really need another couple to go with them, because they wanted, you know, he wanted 4 paying passengers versus 2 to actually do the trip. And so I looked at the couple in the vehicle, and they were from our ship. They said yes, and really it seemed so nice. And they're saying, we have never been here before, and we just really want to get out. And I'm like, Michelle looked at me and said, we did not come to Hawaii to go back to the ship for a Super Bowl party, which surprised me because she really was excited about Super Bowl. So we got in the Suburban, and we take off in the rain. The people were lovely. Mike and Brenda from Montgomery, Alabama. As I was talking to them, I found out Mike had just retired 7 days before. And then he said, I was not going to wait. As soon as I retired, I was not going to get in any routine other than going somewhere. So they had planned this trip, and they had never been to Hawaii. They were lovely. They were so enthusiastic. I thought, what was I thinking? That I could be sad at all, that it was raining, or that I couldn't go on my snorkeling trip, right? So we went to immediately an overlook where there were turtles. And I'm like, I don't see any turtles. But we got out, we walked. They look like boulders. They're huge. They were just right on the sand. And they were coming in off the shore. And it was just so beautiful. So already I had seen turtles the first day that I was there. And then we went to old Lahaina town. If you remember, in August of 23, the town was burned by a wildfire. 121 lives lost, 3,300 buildings, $6 billion in loss. And let me tell you, it is still a ghost town. It is a living memorial to all those people that lost their lives. But in the back of my mind, I said, I remember hearing something about a 100-year-old banyan tree that didn't get consumed by the fire. And the driver, who wasn't Hawaiian, I found out, who was Filipino, said, you know about that? And I said, yeah, I remember something. He goes, okay, let me go tell you or show you where it is. And he took us there. It was amazing. And then we did some more sightseeing, and then we got back to the ship, and we actually saw the end of the Super Bowl. And that was the first day, right? So I have a slide I wanted to tell you about maybe 5 minutes ago. This is it, by Ernest Holmes, a quote, in fact. God is not a person. God is a presence, the presence that fills all space. You know, the reason I named this talk The Nature of All That is because I knew I was going to Hawaii, and I knew that Hawaii would inform the talk. So I wasn't going to do anything with the talk until I got back. And you know, the presence of the one life really filled all the space during this whole week. It was just miraculous. And there were some other words in Hawaiian that I learned. Mana, spiritual power or life energy, which is in people, places, actions, and words. It is not owned, but cultivated within the divine order. Pono, righteousness and balance. Harmony in all things, with self, others, nature, and in alignment with divine right order. Kuleana often translates as responsibility, but also means sacred privilege, stewardship of the land, one's rightful domain. If something is your kuleana, then it is your honor and your duty to do it to the best of your ability. Ohana. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen Lilo and Stitch, but Ohana means family. And Michelle's wearing a Ohana shirt. And it includes your extended and your chosen family. In Hawaii, they don't say sir or ma'am. If the person that you're greeting is older than you, it's auntie and uncle. If they're your contemporaries, it's cousins. And if it's children, it's kike. So you are all my cousins and my extended family. CSL, Simi Valley. So when I went in the mid-'80s, I went with my husband at the time, Tony, who was African American. And some locals came up to him and just shook his hand and said, "Cousin, oh, we're so glad you're here." And he was so taken aback. He was so, I could see in his heart, he said, "They called me cousin. No one ever called me cousin. I feel like I'm wanted here, like I've never been wanted anywhere." And it is without race, or it is just one family in Hawaii. Talk about a multicultural state. I mean, it is every nationality I think there is lives in those Hawaiian islands. So you heard about how I researched the snorkeling trip and that, it was canceled. So the next day on Monday, I'm at lunch. I don't know where Michelle was, but I was sitting there alone. And as I often, you were there, but right that minute, you're probably getting something. So I'm listening like I always do. I just kind of just feel the room and was listening to other people's conversations, which I often do. I just overhear them. And this woman was telling her child that no, they couldn't do such and such because at 4 o'clock they're going whale watching. And I went, "What? Whale watching?" Everything was canceled. So I went, I jumped out of my chair. I went over there. I said, "Excuse me, I know I just overheard you saying you're going whale watching. How is that possible?" She goes, "Oh, yeah, the ship here, they have an excursion going out this afternoon, whale watching." And the weather had cleared up by noon. I went running. I told Michelle, "I'm going to the excursion desk right this minute." I went running down there. I said, "I understand you might have a whale watching excursion this afternoon." "Oh, yeah." She was very nonchalant. "Do you want to go?" "Yes. Yes, yes, yes." 2 people. "Okay, 1 hour. Be ready." So in an hour, we were getting off the ship onto a transport to take us to the bay, the harbor, and on a whale watching trip. That to me was like just divine intervention. My yes was getting said yes back to me. You came for this, you're going to get it. I was getting so excited. So sure enough, we went out, and I was telling the girls that I had one, scheduled, but that it got canceled. And she looked at me. These are the young girls that work on these ships, and they're really smart, and they know everything. And they said, "You would not have wanted to go out this morning. It was horrible. We didn't go out." And I said, "Thank you, thank you." So we went out. We saw the humpback whales. They were, I guess it's really they're exhaling their breath. It goes up like 15 feet in the air. There was a whole pod of males, looking for the females. There was a mother with her calf. It was amazing. It really was amazing. It was so exciting. I'm trying, the boat's doing this, and I'm, trying to go up there and see those whales. We came back, and, I thought, wow. So I had been investigating, and probably many of you know, that the humpbacks leave Hawaii. They leave Alaska after they've fed all summer to go to Hawaii for the winter, to get to the warm water. 4,000 to 10,000 humpbacks. I guess at one time it was like 40,000 humpbacks before the whaling. To get to Hawaii at this time, and they were telling us about all of the details about the humpback migration on the boat. They said that the mother loses 1/3 of her weight just nursing that calf and teaching that calf everything it needs to know before they leave those warm waters to migrate back to Alaska. I just find all of that intelligence within everything so amazing, so amazing. So that was Monday. And then Tuesday, we had a young server on the board, the ship, who started talking about Kona and the great snorkeling in Kona. And I thought, what? I thought, it was really only really good in Maui. But I went down to that excursion desk again. You know I did. Do you have one on Kona? Yes, we do. I really, at that point, could care less how much they were. It was like, I have spent all this time planning, showing up, I'm going to go. So we had an excursion for snorkeling in Kona. And Michelle had never snorkeled before. And she did amazing. And she looked at me and said, it's like swimming in a giant aquarium. And it is. If you have ever done it, it is exactly like that. It's just so beautiful. The coral, the fish. And this boat had, all these young people on it that were so, engaging and helpful. And one of them went and sat on a surfboard out in the water right where the breakwater was so that we wouldn't get hurt, And, and saying, come back, come about this way, come that way, And it are showing us where the best place to snorkel was. So you see, by Wednesday, I had already achieved all the things I went there to see, when I thought on Sunday I was going to see nothing. I saw the humpbacks. I saw the sea turtles. I swam with the fishes. I was in the aquarium. It was just so beautiful, so beautiful. So I have another quote. It's by Mary Kawina Pukui, and she's a Hawaiian scholar. And I think when I was researching for this talk, I was going to try to do a metaphysical talk about the Hawaiian, culture and language and discuss metaphysics along with it. And then late this week, it was like, is that really what everybody wants to hear, or do they want to hear about my experience of Hawaii? And so Darlene, I was talking to her, and she goes, Nancy, this community loves your heart and your wisdom. And really and I know that when I hear someone up here that I haven't heard before, I love to hear the personal stories. I love to hear how they have experienced life. And so I threw out most of that talk and just did what I've just done. Tell you about our experience of the oneness of the presence that fills everything. So Hawaiians looked at the land as a living entity. And I'm going to read some of this because it's just so beautiful as I close. She goes on to say that in the Hawaiian understanding of the land, Aina, it means that which feeds us. It is not scenery. It is not possession. It is ancestor. The mountains rise not merely as geology, but as genealogy. The winds are named, the rain is known, the land is chief, and we are its servants. And the ocean, vast, rhythmic, ancient, is not empty waters. It is alive with presence. The great humpback whales arrive each winter in Hawaiian waters singing their song, which we heard. They put a hydrophone in the water on one of the ships so you could hear them underneath. It was so beautiful. Those intricate songs, their music travels for miles beneath the sea. Is this not spirit as vibration? Is this not the creative intelligence singing through flesh and bones? All of us? The spinner dolphins, we saw those too, move in pods, leaping in spirals of joy. They remind us that life moves in community, in ohana, in shared awareness. And the ancient sea turtles, known in Hawaii as hanu, return again and again to the same shores of their birth. Memory lives in them. Navigation lives in them. Instinct lives in them. Our major tenet in this teaching is that there is one life. That life is infinite, it's intelligent, and it's everywhere present. That was so evident to me in Hawaii. It was everywhere, and it's everywhere here. We just have to look. Holmes teaches that life responds to us, and the Hawaiian wisdom teaches that we belong to life. The whales do not strive, the dolphins do not compete with the tides, the turtles do not question the ocean's rhythm. They live pono. It's the way to move in balance, in respect, in sacred reciprocity. The ocean does not separate itself from the land. The tide kisses the shore again and again, and breath meets breath. Aloha. The sharing of the life force. So today, let's remember that the same life that guides the whales across the Pacific guides the unfolding of each of our own becoming. The same intelligence that shapes coral reefs shapes our thoughts and our possibilities. And the same presence that breathes in the wind breathes in us. There is one life. It is everywhere. It is intelligent, it is relational, and it is sacred. And we are a part of it. We are wave and water, land and lineage, breath and presence. And so we live in reverence of the nature of all that is. Aloha. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now it's time for, we can say this beautiful affirmation once again together. I live in the divine nature of love. And we will go into our revealing prayer. So knowing right here and right now that that infinite presence that fills all space is right here, right now. It flows out across the oceans, across the planet, out into the cosmos. It reveals for each one of us that we are that magnificent presence, living our lives, exploring, becoming, knowing who and what we are on a greater feeling level than ever before, right here, right now. We know that abundance and infinite love is who we are. That we are thankful for this center of spiritual living and all that it brings to our ohana community, the family, CSL, Simi Valley. We know we are always provided for. That in these times when change looks different or we wonder what's happening, we know that as we just sit with the flow of life, life brings everything needed for that ecstatic experience of oneness, wholeness, and right living. And so we let that be this morning. We know that life is for us and nothing is against us. And we move and have our being in the flow of the presence that fills all space. And we let it be so, and together we say, and so it is.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I felt the peace of the flame, it felt their blue tide. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. Here's the I am light. I am divinity undefined. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. So I didn't do much. I am a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
Thank you so much, Reverend Nancy. That was beautiful. I'm so glad you didn't let the rain stop you. So there are so many ways to give here. You can go to the website. Also, you can text the word give to that number. You can Zelle. You can hand something to Darlene. You can put something in the basket as it goes around. We very much appreciate all your donations. Also, if you go to the next slide, Dorothy, we are going to be having so coming soon, we're going to be giving you deals. We're going to have a fundraiser, and we're going to make it as fun as possible. Hopefully you guys are looking around and you're seeing the work that's been done. The practitioner room is almost done, as well as the foyer in the back. It was finished and painted on Friday. So I think tomorrow all the wall hangings will go back up, and then the bathroom out in our near our new classroom is also almost done. I think in about 2 weeks or so, I think the classroom will be finished. So it's really exciting times. So stay tuned for that, and be a part of the renovation of our home, our spiritual home. And just keep an eye. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this. I was all excited about the stuff coming. So if you would join me in our affirmation of abundance, please. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me now. Divine love prevails.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed by the generosity of this community and for the opportunity to give back. And so it is.
Are you guys, this mic on? Nope, this one, yeah, there it is. Hey, I hear it. I've got the power. Yeah, thanks so much. You know, I was just thinking about, I worked for many years for the guy that wrote, "Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed." It's a song about hope, possibilities. So anyway, so some of the things that I heard, I don't know about you, but I heard the word aloha. Did you hear aloha? Greeting, but it's also love and fellowship. Mahalo, that was beautiful. And I just was looking at Maui snorkeling site. I don't know if that's the one that you, but they had this great quote, which I don't need to say because it was all said already, but just beautiful about the spirit of ohana and these things. So, and the other word that I heard was mana, which is spiritual energy and power. And we're striving to remember that. We don't have to get it. We already got it. We just have to remember that. And then the word po'ono, which I don't remember exactly what that was, but in any case. And then we did have ohana. So I thought that we could affirm these together. Shall we? Shall we? Okay, cool. We have a small group here, but you guys, I'm going to include you guys over there in this side. So all together, let's sing, and then I'll give you individual parts. So, can I get an A? Oh, aloha, 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 aloha. Hold that up. Aloha, aloha, aloha. You guys gonna hold that together. Aloha, aloha, because I got a different part for you guys. Oh, aloha, aloha, aloha. Keep going on this part. Over here. Mana, 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 mana. Nice. Mana, mana. You can harmonize too. Mana, mana. Aloha. If you want to do it, harmony, you aloha, aloha, aloha. And over here we have. Ohana, 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 ohana. Let's just hear the ohanas. 2, 3. Ohana, ohana, ohana. Oh, let's stand, can we? Let's use our bodies. Use those ribs. Let's sing. Let's stand together. Ohana. Please stand if you would. If you can. Ohana. Ohana. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Let's bring it out even louder.
That was awesome. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So can we please hold our applause for the end? I'm going to say all the thank yous, all the people that we need to thank you, and then nice big round of applause at the end. Our lead service team today was Ron Young, and the team was Candy Cooper, Regina Rose, and Krista Dexter. Audio stage was Glenn's not here today. It was not Glenn today, but normally. Live stream, Greg Seymour up there in the booth. Slide operator, Dorothy Seeger Morgan. Cosmic Kids, Deb Owen and Ron Young. Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. Fellowship, Reverend Rob, Gloria Binder, Krista Dexter. She's double duty today. Our guest music soloist, David Joyce. We can give a definite round of applause. That's okay, we can definitely applaud for him. Soul Purpose Band, Steve Fowler, Bob Townley, Randy Jones, here every week. Cleaning crew this week, Kathy Burt, Gloria Binder, and Deb Owen. Thank you so much for that. And now we can all, well, we do. Thank you to all our volunteers. We couldn't do any of this without you. It absolutely takes a village. Pat, would you like to come up and talk about? Oh, okay. All right. Well, when you're coming up, we can stand together. This Friday, February 27th, open mic night. If you haven't come, please come. There's so much talent in our community, but then we also people who come from, the community we're trying to attract, right? And it's a really, really fun night, so please come out for that.
Great. All right, fun. And coming soon, I heard you, I think you saw this on the slide, but, we decided this year, we had so much fun last year, particularly around the holidays, we decided each quarter now, we're going to do a bake sale. Does that sound okay to you guys? Do you mind? Do you mind? No. You don't mind at all. I know you don't. So the bake sale will start next, believe it or not, it's March next Sunday, guys, March 1st, okay? We have 5 Sundays in the month of March, so bakers are already getting ready. They've already been warned, and the eaters are also warned, okay? So we've got bake sale coming, and there's another thing that you may have seen on the slides. I don't know if it's coming up. Yay! Van Damley is coming back, yes. Van Damley is coming back. Save the date. It's the 14th of March. That's a Saturday night. There will be dancing, and lots of fun. So please get ready for that. Information on how to sign up will be forthcoming very, very soon. Looking forward to seeing you all. March is going to be great. Okay, great. Thanks.
Awesome. Wonderful. Yes, and next Sunday, Dr. Sue Rubin, it is her actual birthday that day, 98 years old.
Amazing.
And if those of you who haven't seen her don't know her, she's phenomenal, and she has the energy of someone half her age. Maybe even less than half her age. She's amazing. So please come next week and share her birthday and her message. She always has something, wonderful to take home with you. We'd also like to thank Reverend Rob for being the practitioner of the day and invite him on up.
Dorothy, back up one. Dorothy, back up one. There I am. So I will be over at our new little vestibule over there for 1 Minute Miracles. And if you just wanted to get to some of the goodies like the cornmeal pound cake that I made in honor of Black History Month, it's gluten-free, okay? But I had to hide it from her because she was eating it, because I use Pamela's gluten-free flour and it just tastes like flour. So it's really yummy. And so if you want to get to all of the other goodies on the table, then you can just write a little something on the cards out by the table and put it in the prayer box, and then all of the practitioners will pray during the week. There we go.
And it's good, not a but it's good. And it's good. Would you all please stand and join me in the band? I know, well, it's, my ex-husband was Catholic, he called them Catholic calisthenics, you know, the up and down, up and down. Okay. So if you'll join me, please. I am at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Aloha.